Hey peeps, so today I wanted to talk about reviving a dead art channel on YouTube. I've had this channel for a very long time and I must have re-recorded this subject maybe 4 or 5 times already. And I think this is going to be the last recording that I do. And I'm just gonna put it to footage and edit it and upload it just to see where this goes. I don't know how long this video will be, but hi, I'm Volt. I make webcomics, and I'd like to talk about this YouTube channel one more time. Now, I've been on YouTube for a very long time, like I said. About 10 years I've had this channel, and it's been different things for different reasons at different times. When I was in college for animation, I dumped a lot of my animation projects here. I also made like little memes here and there. I think most of them I've privated, like I've set to private, but some of them still remain. Some animatics are still up. And I kind of wanted to start over a little bit, just so nobody gets the wrong idea that this is not a channel for those kinds of things anymore. I don't really make many animatics, I don't really make that many animations, so no one's coming to my channel for the wrong reason. I've also debated on whether or not I should take down my Instagram video because I don't talk about that anymore, although it does get people to watch my videos in the first place. But I had time to think going forward what I wanted this channel to be, what I wanted to focus in on with it. I just want to start out by saying too that I'm not really here to sell you anything unless I get a sponsorship or something outlandish like that. I don't think that this kind of channel will have that kind of thing. I'm not really here to sell you anything. I'm not really here to tell you to buy my work or whatever. Unless it's like like, hey, read my comic or whatever. That's not really what I'm here for on YouTube. I'm just here to share my work. And one of the biggest things that I've had as a hurdle online in general, and this is rather recent rather than what I used to do, is I have trouble sharing my work, talking about my work, and I don't ever want to be that person that only comes in to talk about my comic or just takes up all the air in a space to talk about what I want to talk about, which is, often my projects or my characters. I'm always that person in a group that doesn't quite know when to jump in and share. I know when to stop, and I often stop myself a lot when I want to talk about my own work. And in a group, that's hard. And even when I have my own accounts for things like my YouTube channel, this would be the space to do that. A blog would be a place to do that. My webcomic, I make it, but I never talk about it. And that's one of the hurdles that I'm trying to get over. It's difficult because I'm trying to make a space for myself, and yet a lot of things hold me back, like, oh, you're taking up too much space, you're taking up somebody's time, people don't want to hear about this doesn't quote unquote add value. And I think that's the hardest thing for me, is being consistently a person that wants to share something that's very dear to them, but doesn't want to impede on other people's time or attention. In this attention, quote unquote, attention economy, that's all people really care about when they want to quote unquote do numbers, is get people's attention and hold it for as long as possible. And in trying to revive this quote unquote, I say quote unquote a lot here, dead YouTube channel, there are a few things that I do want to share and a few things that I don't want this channel to become. So I've had a lot of time to think about it. So one of the things I don't really want this channel to be is a tutorial channel. I don't do art tutorials. I can give tips and tricks. I like to share the things that I use and the techniques that I do, but it's not going to be a step-by-step type of video. I've done that before. I don't like editing those kinds of videos. It's a lot on me. Like, it's a lot of work. And kudos to the people who can do that, but I'm not really into that kind of thing, and I always feel like I'm not the type of person that is great at teaching those kinds of things. Reactionary videos and drama slash commentary art videos on like other people and other people in the community and subjects that are really hot button and trending. I'm not really interested in doing that kind of thing either. I think ultimately what I want to do is just, it's what a lot of people say they want to do with their channel, and just keep it as sort of a record for their work. And that's kind of the best way that I can describe what I want to do with this channel, is putting the you back into YouTube. I've seen a lot of smaller channels get recommended on my sidebar because I use desktop a lot, and it'll have like 1 or 2 views, or they're a new channel, or they're a small channel. And sometimes that works, and I'll click on it just because it's curious to me, like what are other small creators up to, what are they doing right now. I don't even know like what it's like to have I feel like I'm in the middle of my YouTube journey, whereas I'll stop and start making videos, and I'll upload them, and I'll stop for a little bit, and I'll start back up. And I've gotten over 1K over time, but I don't know why. I don't know why 1K people have decided to subscribe to me overall, because I've had the channel for so long. I would like to know why people had subscribed to me. Is it because of my art? Is it because of my subjects? Is it because I talk about webcomics? Is it because of my webcomic? The things like that. Is it because, and I suspect this is why, is it because I talked about Instagram and how I didn't like it and how I'll never go back to it? That's probably why. I don't know. Is it the animations I used to do? You know, I would like to know why people are here. So one of the things that I want to do is kind of share my strategy for reviving this channel and putting more videos on it. I want to be committed to the consistency of my uploads. I also want to just share documentation. I have my comics, and I should talk about them more because I'm really proud of my work. And I also have a few other projects that I want to share with you guys, and I just want to share in general. And I also want to share my interests. You know, I have so many, and I'm just making so many pieces of art, and I never share them. And it's kind of odd. Like, I do want people to see it, but then I never share it because, like, the process of making the art is a lot more fulfilling to me than posting it. I kind of have come to dread posting my art online just because I know either it won't get any kind of eyes on it or any kind of like interaction. So it feels like I've sort of wasted my time in a way, but at the same time, I haven't been consistent about it. So how are people going to know if I'm not always around? Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to strike a balance in a way. And I used to just make videos to see what kind of just what stuck. But I want to make more thoughtful, interesting topics and better quality videos because I want to be all in on I want YouTube to be my main platform, to be honest with you. But yeah, I just wanted to share my strategy on reviving a dead channel. And so what I want to do is I want to post once a week. It doesn't matter when in the week. I'm not going to put my videos on a certain day because I'll always feel like, oh, I missed Wednesday, or oh, I need to hurry up and edit this for Wednesday, or whatever the day is. I just want to be able to do one a week, and I'll feel fine about that. It doesn't matter what day of the week. I also want to do more community post updates, maybe one per week also, so you know what's coming up next for videos, and so that we can connect a little better for future videos, because I do want to talk to you guys about what you want to see from the channel and what kind of interesting topics in the pipeline, maybe some polls and more voting. I've done more voting. I've done polls on my community, and people do see it. It's just that I have to do it more. So that's another thing that I want to do. I have other interests, like I said. I'd love to get to sharing with you. So my bread and butter, I think, would be like fantasy topics. I like drawing fantasy, occult, mythology, monsters, tieflings. I love tieflings. I love their design. I love making stories with them. I love making characters. Character design too. Just there are so many facets of art that I want to share, that I have other interests, but like I want to convey that with art. So therefore it's an art channel first and foremost. And I do want to make the majority of my channel more traditional art footage rather than digital. Even though digital is just really easy to record, I do also like making traditional art, and maybe it'll help me get back into the habit of doing it more because I do miss it a whole lot. I do regularly draw in my sketchbook, but I would like to do it more often. So why am I sharing my strategy? So being an artist on the internet is rough. And I want to figure out a way to make this work that works for me, that maybe could help you. I know there are a lot of people that have said that they wanted to start a YouTube channel or wanted to start an art channel, but they don't know how and they don't know what to do. And I have been there. I have a bunch, like a laundry list of ideas that I want to share with you guys on different subjects, but I often second guess myself on whether or not it'll be interesting or valuable or popular or trendy, and I often second guess myself about this kind of thing. And I know that I'm rambling right now because I had an outline for this, I even had a script, but I kind of cast that aside, just kind of giving you guys an unscripted version of this video because I'm just tired of trying to posture and be prim and proper and have that like sleek, clean plant girl art aesthetic. Like that's not me. It's really not. I do love those things, but I just don't. I number one, I don't really like showing my face on camera, and two, I just want to talk about my comics, man. I just work here, man. I just want to talk about my characters, and like a lot of people would say that that's maybe selfish and that maybe people aren't going to care or like it, but it's at this point where it's like I either do it or I don't. You know what I mean? So I always get hung up on how do I add value to my videos? How do I add value this, add value that? Like that's such I just feel like that's such a weird exchange sort of term for when you want to make videos. And I don't really mind that these videos don't do numbers, you know. Like I just have a strategy that I'm sharing with you guys. I'm going to be posting once a week about my projects and the processes and some of my favorite art books and maybe even how I study different art and techniques, but none of them are tutorials. It's kind of not going to be a structured thing. I want this channel to kind of be just a compilation of things that I'm learning and have learned over time and I want to share with you, basically, and how my projects are going too. So if you guys are interested in that, that's kind of what this channel is going to be. And I just wanted to like touch base with you guys, tell you what I'm going to do. I have already some videos that are coming up in the pipeline that are next that you'll see soon, and I'm going to post some community posts so that you guys know what's coming up in the future. I at least have 4 videos that are going to be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I believe the next one is the Meet the Artist video where I just introduce myself because I don't think I've ever done that for this channel, so stay tuned for that. And let me know in the comments below, number one, why if you are subscribed, why you subscribe, or if you want to subscribe, why you decided to, and 3, what you want to see from me in the future. I talk a lot about webcomics, and I talk a lot about original characters and original work and all different types of topics like occult, witchcraft, fantasy, things like that. So do let me know what you want to see. I am here, my ears are open, and let's talk about it below. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye.